Okay. In today class, I will explain the what are the functions in JavaScript. I already explained the what is the meaning of the function, why we are using the function, how we write the functions, what are the string functions. I already explained in the previous class. Again, I will just explain the some basic introduction to the for the class. What is the class and how to write the class. After that, I will explain the array functions. Okay. First, what is the use of function? మన ఫంక్షన్ ఎందుకు యూజ్ చేస్తామంటే ఒక సెట్ ఆఫ్ పని ఒక ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మనం ప్రోగ్రామ్లో రాసే ప్రతి లైన్ స్టేట్మెంట్ అంటారు. ఓకే, ఒక్కొక్క స్టేట్మెంట్ ఒక చిన్న పని. ఒక్కోసారి మనం ఒక 4-5 లైన్లు 4-5 స్టేట్మెంట్లు కలిపి ఒక పనిగా మొత్తం కలిపి ఒక పనిగా ఒక పేరు పెట్టుకొని ఆ పని పెట్టిన పేరుతో ఎప్పుడు కావాలంటే అప్పుడు పిలుచుకుంటే అంటే ఒక సెట్ ఆఫ్ పనిని మళ్ళీ మళ్ళీ
Is it possible to provide the lecture in English or Hindi? In English only, please.
Yeah, I will explain both in English and Telugu. First, I will explain Telugu. At the same time, explain the English. Okay, try to understand.
Sure, thanks.
Yeah. సో సెట్ ఆఫ్ పనిని మనం మళ్ళీ మళ్ళీ యూజ్ చేసుకోవాలి అంటే ఆ పనికి ఒక పేరు పెట్టుకొని ఆ పేరుని మళ్ళీ మళ్ళీ చూసుకుంటాం. సో వాట్ ఈస్ ద మీనింగ్ ఆఫ్ ది ఫంక్షన్? ఓకే, ఫంక్షన్ మీన్స్ ఏ సెట్ ఆఫ్ టాస్క్. It's not one task, more than one task. Task means is a small work. A set of small works gives a one work. Okay, the total work we can give a name. Using that name, we again call that work. So that is reusability. So the purpose, the use of the function is reusability. Okay, for example, I want to add any two numbers and give the sum. Okay, so for that one I write a function with the name add. Okay, for that function I giving two numbers. The function returns the sum of the two numbers. So we just write the function and we just calling the function. Okay, let me explain clearly. Okay, for example, నేను ఒక 2 numbers తీస్తే ఆ 2 numbers తీసుకొని సమ్ చేసి రిటర్న్ ఇవ్వాలి. Okay, for that, so how to write a function? To write a function, we use the function keyword. Okay, first function keyword. After that, we give a name for that function. So we are giving a name for that work. For example, I'm creating a function for the work to give the sum of two numbers. Okay, so I give the name add. Okay, then parenthesis. This means if you want to give anything that work, so you take some inputs and give the output, right? So whatever you want, you are giving the inputs, you write in this parenthesis. Okay, now for this function we are giving the two numbers. So it's taking the two numbers and giving the output, but we don't know what are those two numbers, right? For example, if I give the 2,3, the result must be 5. If I give the 7,3, the result must be 10. So every time the input data was changing, so automatically output data was changing. So we don't know which numbers they are giving. So what we think is we will create the two variables. Like for example, x comma y. You know what is the variable. So whatever you giving the two numbers, those two numbers comes into here. For example, if you give the 7,3, 7 comes into x, 10 comes to y. Okay, సో మనం ఏం చేస్తాం అంటే యాడ్ అనే పేరుతో ఫంక్షన్ రాస్తాం. ఆ ఫంక్షన్ కి 2 నెంబర్స్ ఇస్తే ఆ 2 నెంబర్స్ కలిపి అవుట్పుట్ రావాలి. మనకి ప్రతిసారి ఏ నెంబర్స్ ఇస్తా తెలియదు. ఒకసారి 2,3 ఇవ్వచ్చు, ఒకసారి 7,3 ఇవ్వచ్చు, 5,4 ఇవ్వచ్చు. సరే, మనం ప్రతిసారి ఇచ్చిన నెంబర్స్ ని కొన్ని వేరియబుల్స్ లో పెట్టుకుంటాం. ఇప్పుడు నేను 2,3 ఇచ్చాను, కొన్ని x వచ్చి 2 లో పడిద్ది, y వచ్చి 3 వచ్చి y లో పడిద్ది. ఓకే, ఇలా. నౌ ఐ రైట్ ఏ సెట్ హియర్. దిస్ ఇస్ కాల్డ్ block statement. In the block statement, if here we write the what are the tasks we are doing in this function. So if we call this function, what are the tasks we need to do, we write all these steps here. For example, I am taking these two numbers and giving the sum. Okay, for example, so I got the two numbers x comma y. So two numbers, one is in x, one is in y. Now I want to add sum of those two numbers. Okay, so then x plus y. The output I'm storing in the other variable like z. Okay, so I am printing the the sum, the final sum z. That means this function if we call this function, we need to give two numbers. The function takes those two numbers and give the sum of the two numbers. The type of functionality we write here. This is called this total call function definition. Okay, this total call function definition. అంటే మనం ఏమైనా వర్క్ చేయాలంటే ఆ వర్క్ ని ఫస్ట్ వర్క్ ని డిఫైన్ చేసి పెట్టుకోవాలి, ఒక పేరుతో డిఫైన్ చేసి పెట్టుకోవాలి. దీన్నే ఫంక్షన్ డెఫినేషన్ అంటారు. ఓకే, ఇప్పుడు తర్వాత సో ఫంక్షన్ డెఫినేషన్ అని ఎలా రాస్తాం? ఫంక్షన్ నేమ్ parentheses లో వీటిని ఆర్గ్యుమెంట్స్ అంటారు. ఆర్గ్యుమెంట్స్ అండ్ what are the thoughts we are doing here? We write in the statement. So we write how to write a function definition. We write the function definition with the function keyword and we giving a name to that function, and then in the parenthesis brackets what are the inputs data we are giving. It was coming here. Those are called the arguments. So here add is the function name, s comma y are the arguments, and now in the in the curly brackets we write the what are the tasks we are doing in this function. Okay, now we just write the function and put aside. We are not using that function. We are just write the function, put this aside. So with the name add, so we write the function, we put in the like basket, like in the box. Now I want to call that function. Just I call the function name add and give the what are the for this function it asking to input data x comma y. So we need to give the 2 comma 3. That means we are calling this function and passing the 2 comma 3. So what happens? So 2 goes to x, 3 goes to y. So now the function runs. So then 2 plus 3 5 comes in the jet, then output comes in the console log. So let me run this one. I got the 5. If I calling the function, I giving the two numbers 5 comma 7. See here I'm not writing the function sum 5 plus 7, but automatically calling this here, because when I call the function automatically this functionality will happen. So every time instead of the writing every time we write some logic into a function, we use that function. ఓకే, అంటే ప్రతిసారి మనం ఒక పని చేయకుండా ఆ పనిని మొత్తాన్ని ఒక ఫంక్షన్ లో పెట్టుకొని ఆ ఫంక్షన్ ని కాల్ చేసి వాడుకుంటా ఉంటాం. ఓకే, so this is called the function call. Okay, before learning the function we need to understand 4 points. Function definition. Okay, then next arguments, next return statement, next function call. So before using the function, any function, we need to understand what is the function name, what is the function purpose. For example, something said there is a function called push. What is the use of the push function? So if there is already a function already defined, we don't know what is that function. First we need to understand what is the use of that function. Next, we need to give any inputs to that function. We need to understand it. For example, I have a function push. So for that push function, what is the purpose of the push function? We need to give any arguments. Next, return statement. Return statements that function returning anything. For example, the function returns something. Fourth one, function call. How to call that function? Okay. So before using any function, before going to using any function, we need to understand 4 things. What is the purpose of the function? What are the arguments we need to pass? What is the return statement? How to call that function? Okay. If you write our own function, those are called custom functions. Okay. Some functions already defined in our JavaScript. Those are called the built-in functions. Okay. అంటే మనం ఓన్గా కొన్ని ఫంక్షన్లు రాసుకుంటాం, మనకు రాసుకుని మనం యూజ్ చేసుకుంటాం, వాటిని కస్టమ్ ఫంక్షన్స్ అంటారు. అలా కాకుండా కొన్ని ఫంక్షన్స్ ఆల్రెడీ డిఫైన్ చేసి పెట్టేసుకున్నారు. సో వాటిని మనం ఎలా చూసుకోవాలి? ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ పుష్ అనే ఫంక్షన్ ఆల్రెడీ వాళ్ళు రాశారు. ఈ పుష్ అనే ఫంక్షన్ ఏంటి, దీనికి మనం పాస్ చేయాలా, ఈ ఫంక్షన్ ఏంటి చేసిద్ది, అది తెలిస్తే మనం ఈజీగా అండర్స్టాండింగ్ అయిపోయింది అనమాట. సో ఎవ్రీవన్ క్లియర్ అప్ టు దిస్ పాయింట్? అందరికి అర్థమైందా ఇప్పుడు దాకా?
Yes.
Okay. Now This is the custom function. So everybody know how to write the custom function. What is use of the custom function? For example, we are working in the project. Okay, in this project, for example, there is a multiple components, multiple pages. In every page, okay, I am writing some logic for the sorting the data. In the A page, I write the sorting functionality. In the B page, I'm writing the sorting functionality. I mean the code, the logic. In all the pages, we are using the same logic. So in same logic we are writing. Instead of writing everything, we need to put that logic into a separate function. Just to use that function. So our custom function. So we need to write some custom function. We are using that function. Okay, అలా మన own functions రాసుకొని ఒక చోట పెట్టుకొని ఎప్పుడు కావాలంటే మనం వాడుకోవచ్చు. So we need to put our custom function aside. We are using them whenever we want. Okay. Now built-in functions. Now we need to explain the built-in functions. Built-in functions means already some functions they write. Okay, they write the some functions in JavaScript. So we need to understand what are those functions, what is the purpose of the function. We need to pass anything. So we need to these 4 points we need to understand. What is the purpose, what is the function purpose, what are the arguments, what are the statement, what is function call. I already explained in string functions in the previous video. The string functions గురించి previous video లో explain చేశాం. ఈ రోజు క్లాస్ లో నేను arrays మీద functions ఏంటి. Okay, in already explained the string functions in the previous video. Now I explain the functions for the arrays. What are the built-in functions? Built-in functions already the functions are created. What are the built-in functions we are using on the array? Now you know everyone array, right? Array means set of the storage location. I think everyone aware of the array, right? Everyone aware of array, right? So అందరికి array అని తెలుసు కదా? Hello?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, తెలుసు.
So here I have one array. This is the numbers array 1, 2, 4. Okay. Now we have some functions which is applied on the only arrays. Okay. First of all, I have a function like push. There is a function called push. So now before understand this function, before using the function, what we need to understand first, first we need to understand what is the purpose of the function. Okay, this push function add the new element at the end of the array. Okay, ఈ push అనే ఫంక్షన్ ఆ array చివర కొత్త ఎలిమెంట్ ని యాడ్ చేసిద్ది. Okay, next arguments. We need to pass any arguments, right? We need to pass one argument. Whatever we pass the argument, that is added at the end of the array. Okay, so we need to pass a new element, right? So first we need to purpose and team. If you use the push function, we can add the new element at the end of the array. Arguments, what are the arguments? We need to pass any new element. Okay, in return yes, it will return the new array with the new element at the end of the array. Okay, and the ఉన్న array కి array చివరలో కొత్త ఎలిమెంట్ యాడ్ చేసి రిటర్న్ చేసిద్ది. సో ఇది ఎలా కాల్ చేస్తారు? జస్ట్ పుష్ అని ఇలా కాల్ చేస్తారు. Okay, now this is the how we need to understand. We need to understand learning how to what is the purpose of the function, what are the arguments, this function anything or not, how to call this function. Now apply this push function this array. For example, I am applying the function push function on x array. So x dot push, that means we are applying the push function on x array. Is not enough for this. If we need to call push function with passing one new element. If I pass the 5, that means it will return the new array, right? Now if I run what is the output? What is the x1 array contains? So I call a function push on the x array. So this fifth element, the last element at the end of the array. So 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5, it will return the new array. Let's check. Here all. Let's run. Why any wrong? Any problem in that? Sorry, it written the new array x only. Okay. So now x are the new element 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5. Okay. So the push method add the new element. The push అనే ఫంక్షన్ ఒక ఎలిమెంట్ ఒక యారేకి చివరిలో యాడ్ చేయాలంటే ఒక ఎలిమెంట్ యాడ్ చేయాలంటే పుష్ అనే ఫంక్షన్ వాడతాడు. ఈ పుష్ అనే ఫంక్షన్ కి మనం ఏది యాడ్ చేయాలనుకుంటున్నామో అది పాస్ చేస్తాం. పాస్ చేసిన తర్వాత ఈ ఉన్న ఎగ్జిస్టింగ్ యారే అప్డేట్ అయిపోయి చివరిలో కొత్త యాడ్ అయ్యింది. ఓకే, దట్ ఈస్ ద పుష్ ఫంక్షన్. సో పుష్ ఫంక్షన్ ఓకే రైట్? పుష్ ఫంక్షన్ అర్థమైంది అందరికి?
Yes.
Okay. Now I write the function pop. Okay, what is the use now? What is the use of the pop? Pop function remove the element from the at the end of the array. It's removing the element. It's removing the element at the end of the array. Pop function we don't need any arguments for the pop function. It will the update the array with removing the element, right? Element from end of the array. And then if anyone wants to remove element at the end from the if anyone want to remove the last element from the array, then we use the pop function. Okay, then we use the pop function. For example, if I call x pop, that means I removing the last element from the x array. Then what is the output here? What will be the output here? Okay, you're confusing. Let me write the another variable. X1 like apple, banana, orange. Okay. Now I applying the pop function on x1. Okay. So now what is the output of the x1? What is the output? So the pop function remove the last element from the array. So then what is the last element? Orange. It remove the orange. Then what is the output? Apple comma banana. Let me check. Pop, we don't need any arguments for the pop function. Why? What is the purpose of the pop function? Just we remove the last element. Then we need to so we don't need any argument for the pop function. But for the push function, we need the argument. Why? Push function add the new element. So we need the
Whatever we need, we can
for the push function. So for the push function, we need the argument. For the pop function, we don't need the argument. Push function add the element at the end of the array. Pop function remove the last element from the array. Okay. Now. No. There is other functions are there. I will explain. Okay. Okay. No. If you want to remove the element from the starting, if you want to remove the first element, then the function name is shift. So what is the purpose of shift function? It removes the element from the starting of the array. We need any arguments for its shift function? We don't need. It's automatically remove the first element. So we don't need the argument for the shift element.
pop can remove last element, shift can remove
First element. Okay, let's check. If I apply the shift function on the x2, what is the output of the x2 now?
Okay, 3, 4. Remove the high.
Remove the first element.
Yes.
So that's why okay 3, 4. Let's check. Right? Shift function. Now unshift function. Unshift will add the element at the starting of the array. If you want any element at the starting of the array, we use the unshift function. We need any argument for the unshift function, right? We need whatever you want to add at the starting of the array, we need to pass. Okay, so let's take the other example. Now I have an array like Google, Facebook, WhatsApp. Now I want to add the Twitter at the starting of the array. So then x3 unshift. We need to pass the
Twitter.
whatever we want to add. We want to add the Twitter, right? So we can add. We don't need permission of the Elon Musk here. Right? So now I said the push function, push, pop, shift, unshift. Push function used for to add the any element at the end of the array. Okay. Unshift function used for to add any element at the starting of the array. Pop function to remove the element, last element of the array. Shift function to add the to remove the starting of the array. So don't confuse for these 4 functions. Okay. Now. Is this clear up to these 4 functions? Everyone? Okay. Now go to the next function. Okay. We have the 2 functions, splice and slice. Okay. Those are string functions also there, array functions also there. So splice, slice. So generally most of them ask this interview question. What is the use of the splice? What is the use of the slice? Okay, splice and slice. Okay, splice. Splice means if we have one this we can breaking and adding. Okay. Okay. If we have a row, we need to add any element at in the middle or any element anywhere. Okay, then use the splice. Okay, if you want to any element at the middle of the array, for example, I have some elements like vehicles information. Okay, like vehicles, just like vehicles. Okay. If the meeting is over, let's join again. Okay, vehicle. I have the element vehicle array. I have the array like bus, train, cycle, ship. Now I want to add the car after the train. So I want output like bus, train, car, cycle, ship. Okay. Not only of the train. Anywhere if you want to add anything, for example, if you want to add something in the middle of the array, anywhere, not in the middle, anywhere. Okay. So now I want to add the train car of the train. Okay. For that one, I use the splice function. Okay. Splice. Okay. Vehicle. Splice. Now what are the arguments? Okay. First one is the where we are adding, in which position we are adding. So the position in the array like 0, 1, 2, 3. The first argument is the what is the where, which in which position you are adding. 0, 1, 2. I want to second position. So I give that 2 here. Next, after adding, you want to remove any elements. We don't just adding. I am not removing any elements. Just adding. We are not removing elements. That's why I give the 0. So first argument is the position where you want to add. Second argument is if you want to remove any elements, we need to give that count. Otherwise, you need to give 0. 0 means we are not removing any element. Now, if you want whatever you want, you need to give here. I want to car. Okay, let's output. Let's see the output. Okay, let's see the output. Sharon, bus run. Not only car, I want to add the bicycle also. Okay, not rickshaw also. Okay. After train, I want to add rickshaw, car, rickshaw. So then, like, and I want to add bus, train, car, rickshaw. Let's see the output. You got it, bus, train, car, rickshaw. So first, only the first argument is in which position you want to add the array. In which position you want to add the elements. Second element, second is the if you want to remove any elements or not. If you put the 0, we are not removing any element, just adding. Third argument, number of the elements. Whatever elements you are given, those are automatically added after that position. Okay. If I give the 1 here, let's see what happens. That means if I give the second argument as 1, that means you remove the one element. You add the car rickshaw, but you remove the remove. Let's see the output. What happened? It remove the one element. Bus, train, car, rickshaw. It remove the one element cycle. After train, it remove in the place of after train, it remove the one element cycle. In that place, it's adding. If I had 2 here, that means it's remove the cycle shift. After train, it's removing the cycle shift and adding the car rickshaw. Let's see. Correct? So if you give the 0, it's not remove the any elements of this position. If you give the count, the total number of elements removed after the position and adding these elements. So if anyone knows, I want to add, I have an array, I want to add this element after this position, then you need to use the splice function. As otherwise, someone knows, I want to add this element and remove the next element. Then we need to use the splice function. Mostly, the splice function is asked in the every interview. Okay. Next slides. Okay. Slice function means it's like a piece. We have a row. In that row, from this position to this position, I want to work. Okay. Naki ante నాకు ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఇక్కడ దాకా separate గా చేసి ఇవ్వండి. Okay. For example, I have a flowers array. Okay. Okay. Okay, I have flowers like rose, lily, sunflower, cham. I want only lily, sunflower. I don't want the rose and chamanti. So if you want some part from the array, if you want slice of the array, if you want, so we need to give the slice function. For example, flowers, I am applying the slice function in this flowers. So what are the arguments we need to pass for a slice function? From which position to which position? From 0 means 1, from 1 to 2. It's 1 to 2. So 1 comma 2. Let's say output. The print any output control. Here we need to take written value into other way. Okay, okay. I think it's right. Let's see. Right. So slice function returning something. The other function, the push function, pop function, shift function, they are not returning new thing. It's just updating. Okay, this pop, push, shift, unshift is just updating the existing array. But slice function from the original array is creating the new array. So it returns the new array. So that's why I take in other variables.
0 to 1.
Okay. 0 to 1, 2. 0, for example, 0, 2. Let's see. 0, 2. Let's see. That's what happened. What happened? 0, 2. 0, 1. 0 to 2 వరకు 0, 1. Okay. Okay, you're still confused, right? Okay. Now I want to from 1 to 8. So what we need to do here? 0, 1, 2. From 2 to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what is the output? 2 to 5. 1, 4, 6. Let's see. Right? Okay. So slice will return the new array, but the other function not return a new array. Okay. The most this is the slice function, splice function. Okay. Now, if you want to find any element is existing in the array, for example, I have an array. Okay. 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 Math, science, chemistry, geology. Okay. So we need to check is the English subject in the subjects or not. We have an array. We need to check. So we have an array. We need to check particular element is existing in that array or not. So for that one, you use the function index of. Okay. So if I use the subject of index of. So what is the use of the index of function? Index of function will tell the given element is existing or not. So what if we need to pass any argument? So we need to pass the argument whatever we are checking. మనం ఏదైతే చెక్ చేస్తున్నామో అది పాస్ చేయాలి. సో ఇంగ్లీష్ అనేది చెక్ చేస్తుంది. సో ఈ ఇండెక్స్ ఆఫ్ ఫంక్షన్ ఏం చేసింది? ఇంగ్లీష్ అనేది ఈ సబ్జెక్ట్స్ అనే యారేలో ఉందో లేదో చెక్ చేసింది. ఒకవేళ ఉంటే దాని యొక్క పొజిషన్ ఇచ్చింది, లేకపోతే -1 ఇచ్చింది. సో ఇప్పుడు మన క్రితం వాల్యూ ఏమొచ్చి చెప్పండి. ఇది ఏం రిటర్న్ చేసింది? ఇది రిటర్న్ చేస్తుంది. ఓకే. ఇప్పుడు n ఏమొచ్చింది? మైనస్ వచ్చింది. ఎందుకని?